Hi guys, I'm back for part two of the detailed birdhouse. Haha. All right, so once you finish making your front and your back and your side and the opposite side, we're going to start another two-dimensional sketch on either the front or back. And this is where we're going to draw the roof. We want to keep the little birdies dry, right? Without a roof, they're going to get wet. So the first thing I want to do is project the geometry, and I'm going to click on the side. It's basically telling the computer that you're going to use um, this side as a shape that you can just add on to. So I'm going to use my green or my line tool and make sure I get the green dot to click onto the end of that. And I'm going to draw a little overhang, pretend like I'm looking straight on to this birdhouse, and see that I might need to zoom in to get this to snap better. We want it to look even. So there you go. That looks pretty good. Then I might need to zoom back out to try to get the right spot to go. And again, use your reference. You see those little dotted lines. Those are good reference points for when you're drawing and you want to make it even or symmetrical. Yeah. Okay. And I will escape out of that. And now I should be able to finish my sketch and extrude this roof. You got to make sure you select it, and you can see how I'm selecting it, and I'm clicking backwards. Now I want to have a little overhang to the front, all the way over the top. So I'm going to choose um, this symmetric um, measurement tool, and you can see I have a tenth overhang on the front, and then for distance B, that's distance A. So we're coming a tenth of an inch this way, and then for distance B, I want to make it the entire length plus another tenth of an inch um, over the back of the birdhouse. So that should be 1.6, I believe. That would get us right to the back. You may use your orbit tool to kind of look behind and make sure you have a tenth of an inch overhang. That looks fairly good to me, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Now I have the birdhouse with a roof, and it's hollow inside. But how are the birds going to get in there? And what are they going to stand on to get in there? Well, we have to do another two-dimensional sketch and choose the side, either the front or back. And then we're going to want to draw a circle for the birds to get in. So use your circle tool. And again, this doesn't really matter where you want to put it, but I'm going to use my reference lines, the dotted lines, and kind of line it up where I'd like. And I think that looks like a good spot, whether it be a half an inch by, 8/10 is good. And I'm going to just make the size. It doesn't matter. Again, you could type in a specific size. Why doesn't 0.3 look good? That looks good to me. I hope it looks good to you guys too. And then you'll finish your sketch and you'll extrude this one. And you can see right now we're popping out, but we don't want to pop out. We want to cut. So you can see if I click on this button, I'm going to cut into it, and I'm going to make sure the distance is 0.1, and then we're going in the right direction. Looks good to me. Click OK. Now you can see we can look in the birdhouse. Looks good. But now we need to put a little deck or a little perch for them. So another two-dimensional sketch, and click on that same side. I'm going to do a deck. I think a deck is cool for the birds. If you wanted to do just a little, wooden dowel, you use the circle tool, but I'm going to use the rectangle tool, and I'm going to just draw a nice little rectangle that I will extrude out, make it look fairly even there. Then I'll finish my sketch, and I'm going to extrude this one out big enough so birds can stand on there. And why don't we, you can always experiment. I'm going to go with 0.3. For now, that looks a little small, so maybe I'll go a half an inch, 0.5. And that's not bad to me. But I'm also going to want to round these edges. So I'm going to start another two-dimensional sketch and click on the top. Again, you may need to use your navigation tools to move that around. I'm going to use the arc tool, and I'm going to click. Why don't I click on the center? You see that I snapped onto the midpoint, and then I'm going to drag it out to the midpoint, and I will also project my geometry. So that should work. Why don't we finish our sketch? And now I'm going to extrude again. And I'm going to click on, ooh, I messed up by not doing the project geometry. So if you ever mess up, you can always cancel out of this and you can always undo a couple steps back. All right, so there I'm back to the beginning point. I'm going to do a two-dimensional sketch on the surface. All right, make sure it's facing you. And then before I draw the arc, use your project geometry. Now I'm using that. You can see how it turned yellow. Now I'm using that. Now I can click on one side, click on the opposite side, and there you go. Finish your sketch. You hear someone knocking on the door, but I'm going to finish my video right now. Okay, and maybe we'll make this a 3-part Birdhouse video series. Then we could post it on YouTube and I can get like 1 million likes and all that. But I'm going to extrude this last part before I make the 3rd video. And I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on this. And I'm not going to extend it that direction. I'm going to change it that direction so that I'm cutting. And it really only needs to be 1/10 of an inch, so 0.1. And I cut that off. So it's a nice rounded deck for the birdies to sit on. All right, so since someone's knocking on the door for me, I'm going to end this and I will do a part 3 for this video where we kind of finish it off, make sure our name's on there so we don't mix them up with other people's when we 3D print these. All right, hope you guys like this video and I'll talk to you later.